What's up, guys? It's Charles Hart here from MinnMax, a place about games, friends, and getting better. I'm a video editor and frequent collaborator here, and today I'm going to tell you about Microsoft flying me out to the Grand Canyon to promote Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. I got a land tour on a Hummer, I got an air tour in a helicopter, and I got to go hands-on with the game, which is super cool. So, starting off, I set off from the Dayton airport. Flight number 1 was pretty cramped, which is expected since I'm 6'6". Whatever the distance between the back of an airplane seat and the seat in front of it is the exact length of my thigh bone. So I was very uncomfortable. Luckily, I got an aisle seat, which is always nice. But then we landed in the Dallas airport, and then I had a 5-hour layover. Luckily for me, that boredom was interrupted by an encounter with Jeff Grubb of Giant Bomb. What's up, MinnMax? Look who I ran into at the Dallas airport.
Howdy.
How's it going?
It's going good. Yeah. It's a day of travel, but it's easy. Although literally the second I left, it's like, oh, the PS5 Pro thing's gonna happen tomorrow.
Yes.
I'm like, that's annoying.
What is your experience with like planes and flying?
I am a dad, so I like to fly planes in video games. I like to, I liked the last Microsoft Flight Simulator, but I've never like been in a situation where it's like, here, like we're gonna go fly like a prop plane and you could like take controls for a second or anything like that. I have been in a helicopter that was flying once, and that's like the coolest thing I've done aviation wise. I don't know, how about you?
I don't like flying.
Okay.
On flight number 2, and guess what? We got leg rooms.
Just landed in Flagstaff, pretty cool tiny airport, and we're heading out to the shuttle to head over to the resort where we're staying, and that'll be the end of day 1. If you like what you've seen so far and you want to support us on Patreon, here's a heads up that we're DMing our supporters Steam codes to the game Arranger if you sign up at the $2 tier or higher before September 23rd. This game just came out a few weeks ago. $2 is an incredible deal for it, and when you add on all the other content on our Patreon, it's just a win-win-win. So head on over to patreon.com/MinnMax with 2 N's at the $2 tier or higher before September 23rd. Now, back to the video. Good morning, MinnMax. I just woke up at 6 a.m. I'm heading to the main building of this crazy Grand Canyon resort. Amateur move with the finger on the camera. Hello, MinnMax. I'm here with Seth Macy. How's it going, Seth?
It's going good. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I wanted to ask you about, so you're really into planes now.
Yes, I like airplanes.
Yes, but you weren't when you first got into Air Force.
No, I enjoyed and appreciated the science and avionics and aeronautics of them, but I was terrified to be on an actual airplane, which is the stupidest. It's like, if you don't like boats, join the Navy.
Yeah.
So I kind of started to think of it like, this is sort of amazing. I'm on a giant metal machine, like literally millions of hours of work went into me being able to fly from Maine to Los Angeles. Like that's actually pretty dope.
Well, we'll check back in when we're on this Humvee tour.
Hell yeah.
All right, guys, we're on our first stop, and this is nuts. Look at that. It's really like the perfect time of day too, like the sun's hitting everything just right. I'm gonna hold really tight on my phone here. Got a handrail here. And just look straight down.
Oh, it's right here on the left-hand side here, guys. That's the baby and the mama again right there, guys. There's some more right there.
My God. And this is definitely the best view of all of them. It's hard to describe through the camera how like impossibly far away it feels. I used to think that the fog like that in video games was like, oh, you just can't render that far, but that is literally like, it does get all blue and hazy that far away, and that's nuts. It's wild that this exists. Right now we'll be getting a presentation on the new game. Oh, the camera's really close to my face there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We're in very comfortable chairs. Anyways, that PS5 Pro reveal is happening right now, and I can't watch it. But I hope everything goes well there and that everyone likes it a whole lot. Alright, that presentation was nuts. Now I'm at the hands-on station. Let me flip the camera so you guys can see. Got my own name. Got every controller scheme you could dream of. We got foot pedals. We got Jeff Grubb here. He's doing it.
I'm gonna do it.
So once I got access to the game, I threw together a quick character. The character creator wasn't super robust, but I mean, I'm going to be looking at planes most of the time anyways. And then I called a staff member over to show me how to take off, because I have never played a flight simulator before, but luckily with all the assists on and his instructions, it made a lot of sense. It was pretty easy. So I took off from the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base here in Dayton, which is pretty close to where I live, and I soared around for a little bit. And then I decided, you know what, I'm in the Grand Canyon, might as well go check the Grand Canyon out. So I warped on over there and I did a new flight, and I checked out the South Rim, which was just where I had seen in real life on the Hummer tour. Wowza. We drove along this road here. No, I've seen it, so I know how big it is, but in the context of the game, it feels even more. Plan right now is to go back to the room. I'm gonna change into shorts because it is warm outside now. And then I got like 10 minutes before I gotta be in the lobby for the big bad helicopter ride. We are here at the helicopter tour place. I'm with Vinny and Seth and the magnificent bird, the Maverick itself, shortly named after the Top Gun movie. All right, Vinny, how are you feeling about getting in a helicopter?
I am definitely afraid of heights, and I trust everything going on. Yeah. How are you feeling?
Similarly.
Okay, great.
What's your feeling about helicopters in Microsoft Flight Simulator?
Good, stay on brand. Yeah,
Yeah,
like yeah. Usually when I'm at home, I'll just try and take everything up into upper atmosphere and see what happens, and then cut the engine and see what happens in fall. So I will tell you what happens when I get in a helicopter.
I'll live in suspense.
Yes.
And I'll see the rest of you on the helicopter. All right, we're on the helicopter, and I'm sitting right in the
All right,
front.
welcome aboard, everyone. I'm gonna get going here with some pre-flight checks, and then we will.
So there I was, buckled up in the front seat of the helicopter, ready to take off, ready to take on the world. I threw up. On the helicopter. Let me just break down what happened. So, a helicopter takes off, and for the first, 7 or 8 minutes, we're flying over trees, and it was pretty. It was cool, and I get motion sick in planes sometimes, but I had a whole, window cockpit in front of me so I could see. That was really nice. I can't always see, where the plane is tilting and stuff in like a commercial airliner. And I had plenty of leg room, so things were looking great. It was just once we went over the rim of the Grand Canyon. I don't know exactly how high up we were, but the Grand Canyon is an average of 4,000 feet deep, and it, gets much deeper than that. And the moment going from over the trees to over the Grand Canyon just hit me like a truck. I did film it here, and it was pretty cool, but it's very anxiety-inducing to actually be in the Grand Canyon, because it's so big that I suddenly had the realization of, oh, if something horrible happens, we can't just land. It's got to be another 10 or 20 or however minutes deep we are in the Grand Canyon to turn around and get back to the edge if something were to go horribly wrong. So that, combined with the motion sickness, combined with the heat, combined with my general anxiety, I had my first ever panic attack. Nice. And I threw up. Now they had bags, which was nice. So I threw up in the bag, and I threw up a second time in a second bag. Nice. There's two things that complicated this that have made it worse in retrospect. First of all, I thought I was just with some random developers in the helicopter. No, this was apparently Alan Hartman, who is the head of all of Xbox Game Studios, and Peter Wise, who is also a high-up executive, I think the general manager or something. Big deals, big deals. I thought these were just developers. Honestly, at the time, I thought they were just PR guys. No. Second of all, the bag was made of paper, and it was sitting on my pants, and I had put it on my crotch because that was the best place to balance it. And then later, when we were getting up off the plane, turns out paper bag, get wet, make wet spot on pants. Now here's the thing. I didn't pee my pants. I want to be very clear about this. I didn't pee my pants. It looks like I peed my pants. It looked like I really peed my pants, but I didn't pee my pants. It was just wet bag on shorts, okay? So I had to go into the inside bathroom. I didn't take a picture afterwards for obvious reasons. I had to buy a sweatshirt to cover up my pants, which I didn't pee, and tie it around my waist so that way it just looked like I bought a sweatshirt, and I just didn't want to carry it. And then I went back to my hotel room and I watched Birds of Prey on cable TV, and I didn't do the interviews I was scheduled to do because I felt sick and bad. That went horribly. I did throw up in the helicopter. I don't regret it, you know. It was a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Just the nice thing about once-in-a-lifetime experiences is that you only have to do them once. So at this point, I have recovered, I've changed my clothes, and then I decided I was just going to go to the last thing of the day. I was going to go to this little mixer where there were drinks and food and stuff. So I'll walk you through that now. Last event of the day, we're out at a pool for a cool happy hour thing.
Sun is cold, rain is hard.
Hey, what's up? I'm here with Jorgen, working on the Microsoft Flight Simulator team. I was sick earlier, but now I got to see him at the party with this big elk in the background. How's it going?
It's awesome. It was a great day. We met with a bunch of people passionate about aviation.
Yeah.
We're passionate about aviation. We had great conversations.
Course.
It was wonderful.
The one question I wanted to ask you was, you were talking about the line between game and simulator and how you wanted to land more on the simulator side of things. What is like a gamey element that you guys were like, we don't want to do that you were trying to avoid, to stay in the like
I think dumbing down the flight model, like, you know, there's missions like, we actually have snackable content now, like you can fly a fighter jet to the Grand Canyon for 2 minutes, and it's a race course and you get a time and a score, and it's a competition, but we don't want to change the plane. The plane is a certain plane. So what we could have done is, make an easy mode for people who don't really want to fly a plane. We just don't want to do that. The plane is it's the truth of the plane, and you try to do as hard as you can to make it feel realistic, and it needs to stay that way.
Cool. I love the phrase, the truth of the plane. Cool. Well, thank you, and thanks for inviting us all to this game.
Helicopter rides.
Helicopter rides.
That's lovely. Very different. Yeah, I like that. Very different vibe.
I did the good social person thing and I went to the mixer. It's very nice. You can see the vibes are still here. We got my guitar player in the background right there. And now I'm gonna go to sleep because I have to get on a shuttle in the morning. Airport's an hour and a half away. Flight leaves at 6. So the shuttle's leaving at 2, which is disgusting. I guess I'll check in tomorrow, but honestly, it went well. I'll check in back at the hotel room. Give me 1 sec. Okay, back in the hotel room, post-shower. It went well. I'm glad I did it. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is very cool. That presentation they were giving was really cool. But yeah, I am glad I did the helicopter tour. That's the kind of thing that I would have gotten to do at Game Forum, but I never got to do. So I'm glad that I can check that off my bucket list. That's all thanks to the MinnMax community. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. So I was ready to end the video there, except got on the plane the next morning and the seat next to me, by some stroke of luck, was completely empty. And then it dawned on me as the plane took off, normal planes don't bother me anymore. I didn't like them before. I didn't like my trip down because of my lack of legroom, but now I realized it can be much worse. You can be in a helicopter trapped over the Grand Canyon. Commercial airliners are nothing to me now. I went because I was worried about flying. and I thought I was going to overcome my fears. And in a way, I did, because my new baseline is anything better than being in a helicopter over the Grand Canyon. So more of a story, try new things, not because you'll like them, but because the old things will be better than you thought they were. Well, if you like this video, just a reminder, you can head to our Patreon to unlock the full uncut version of this travelogue. And if you subscribe to the $2 tier or higher before September 23rd, you're going to get a Steam code for the game Arranger, which is a win for you, a win for the developers of Arranger, and of course a win for us here at MinnMax. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a great day.
If you thought, hey, this video wasn't bad, well, there's a whole lot more like it on MinnMax's YouTube channel. Please help us out by subscribing to our channel and checking out the MinnMax Show podcast, also available on your favorite podcast app, the best, most thorough discussion about games on the internet with the deepest dive, our monthly community trivia show with prizes called Trivia Tower, and a whole lot more. Thanks so much for your support, everybody. All you gotta do is click that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it.